AP Stats, second half of Chapter 3. Second half of Chapter 3, we talked about residuals. Residuals. The one key that I wanted to tell you about residuals and remind you is how to calculate a residual. Let's suppose I have a least squares regression line that tells me how much money I'm going to be spending on heat at a certain temperature. So I have temperature as my X variable, and how much money I'm going to have to spend that month is my Y variable. So dollars, my predicted bill, okay, my predicted bill is over here. So let's suppose that in January I have to pay $100 when the average temperature was 30. What is the residual? So they have to give me something. This is called the observed. Sometimes it's in a table, sometimes it's in a paragraph, but they give me this. This is what actually happened. This is what we observed. I got a bill in the mail and it was $100. How far away from our prediction was that? So we need to first plug in 30 into our equation. So let's show that. 4.5 times 30 minus 3. 4.5 times 30 is 135, I think. 135 minus 3. So that's 132. That is my prediction. $132 was how much the equation predicted. So what is the residual? The residual is the observed minus predicted. Observed is what they told us. Maybe it's in a table, maybe it's in a paragraph, but the observed was $100. We predicted 132. So my residual is negative 32. In context, that means I actually spent $32 less than I thought. Yay for me. Now I can go out to eat, spend it on something else. Maybe save some money and not, go and spend it. But we spent $32 less. The residual is $32. Residual is observed minus predicted. What else did we talk about? We also talked about this thing called R squared. Okay? R squared is this sentence up here. So I came up with a problem to talk about R squared. R squared, let's see. What's our problem here? 81% of the variation in Y that can be explained by the least squares regression line. Please tell me what is the correlation coefficient. Now this problem looks extremely difficult, but it's not. What information did they give us? They gave us that R squared is 0.81. The percent that can be explained by the least squares regression line is R squared. So that means, that's not that hard. What are they asking for? Well, you should know that the correlation coefficient is just R. So they gave me R squared, and I'm solving for R. So I punch into my calculator square root of 0.81, and that equals 0.9. My answer is R equals 0.9. R equals 0.9. That is my answer. Very simple to do, but we need to recognize when it says percent of the variation that can be explained, that's R squared, and we can use that to solve problems. Is that it? That's it. That's the second half of the chapter in AP Statistics. Good luck on your test.